So check it. We got these Argentinian shrimp, only $6.86. We got some beef chuck steaks from Compare Foods, one of my favorite places, only $7.09. So we talking about basically around roughly $14. We got some leftover basmati rice from an Indian restaurant. And we're going to make a dish out of this, guys. Now we got our chuck steak seasoned up really good with some salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and some salt-free seasoning. And you can see it's on there pretty good. Not too heavy, but on there pretty good. And we bought this teriyaki sauce. Now, this is just a Harris Teeter brand teriyaki sauce. But look at all the stuff that's in it, guys. Water, cane sugar, soy sauce, garlic puree, pineapple and pineapple juice, ginger puree, rice vinegar, tamari powder, sesame seed oil, ginger powder. So all the flavors that you would get from making your own brown sauce, we get it out of this bottle. But still, you taste these jars and sauces that are pre-made and see what they taste like. This one is actually pretty good, so I'm not even going to add anything to it. Now we're going to put this and let our steaks marinate for about 30 minutes. Only on one side, though, because we don't want to overpower the steaks with this. We just want to give it that nice little flavor. And the same thing with our shrimp that we've cleaned and seasoned. Go ahead and get that teriyaki sauce on those shrimp and let those marinate for a while as well while we get the process going. All right, now we're going to put some butter and oil in a pan. And guys, if you have cholesterol problems or health problems, you can use vegan butter or can't believe it's not butter, whatever you want to use, okay? And you can use mushrooms to substitute for the sake, things like that. But we're going to go in with our bell pepper and onion. And then we're going to go in, once that's cooked really good, with our steaks, right? And just go ahead and stick those down in there and get those nice and seared on both sides. I like to take my onions and bell peppers and put them on top of the steak. And I like to put the teriyaki side down so that flavor seeps all into the pan, and that the steaks are just cooking in that flavor. And so that the vegetables don't burn just being on the bottom of the steak, right? That's why I like to put them on the top. I like to let that flavor permeate up through the steaks and on top of the steaks, and not let the vegetables stay crispy and crunchy. All right, now we just flip and do the same thing. And we can kind of let the vegetables stay on the bottom at this point because we really want that flavor to be in the vegetables as well as in the steak. Now we are rocking and we rolling. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. And it looks good already. It smells good. It's amazing. Now, steaks are, almost cooked through. We don't want them to be all the way cooked through because we're going to add them back to the dish later, and you have to stay tuned to watch and see how everything comes together. But guys, you know what I'm saying? Like that steak, you know what I mean? It's so much flavor there. We're going to pour our vegetables because we want our vegetables to stay intact. We don't want them to be wilted or too overdone or whatever. So we just go ahead and put them back. Now we're going to add our broccoli. And guys, this is frozen broccoli. You can use fresh broccoli. It's actually better to use fresh broccoli if you want to. But this is what I just had in the freezer, and I make sure I definitely season this broccoli a little bit, just so it'll have its own flavor. And then we add our shrimp to that, and then our shrimp and that teriyaki seasoning and the season that we put on the shrimp is going to mix in really good with that broccoli. So that's why we said we want to lightly season our broccoli before we throw our shrimp in. We don't want to over season it because it's going to get flavor from the teriyaki sauce and the shrimp as well. All right, so now what we want to do is go in and make sure that we got everything incorporated together well, and we want to make sure we flip our shrimp over so that they cook evenly on both sides and that they're not overcooked, because like I said, we're going to have to add this stuff right back to the dish when we get our rice in here. So like I said, stay tuned to see how it all comes together. But guys, the crazy part about it is you could actually eat that right there by itself and have a meal. So this is kind of like 3 different meals in one, for real. And I leave the tails on the shrimp because I like them to stay intact. When the tails come off the shrimp, they shrink, right? And so I don't take the tails off until we finish the cooking process. And actually, sometimes I leave them on, and people can pick them up out the dish if they want to and just kind of eat them out the shell if they want. You know what I'm saying? So, You know, it's up to you how you want to do it, but I just think it's a better presentation when you leave them tails on and the shrimp stay intact and stay pretty big. And like I said, look at that, guys. You could eat that just like that and actually have you a meal. You got protein, you got veggies. Only thing you would need is your little rice to go with it. Now we got some ginger in the pan, some butter and oil in the pan, and we're going to go in with some minced garlic. And this is a key step, guys, because it's going to add a ton of fragrance and flavor to our fried rice, right? So we mix all that together, let that cook for a little bit. We don't want the garlic to burn. Then we add our leftover basmati rice. And this is a great way to use leftover stuff, guys. You have leftover takeout boxes of rice in your refrigerator and stuff, and you don't know what to do with them. This is just a great way to go ahead and use them. You know what I mean? And look at that, guys. We just let that soak in all that ginger and garlic and butter and oil. And man, and just fry it up. And it doesn't take long at all. This is a very, very, very quick cooking process. Steaks are quick to cook. Broccoli is quick to cook. And so is shrimp. And then this rice is no different. It's really quick to cook. So once we got it all incorporated, all that flavor in there, and the rice is kind of fried a little bit, we're going to go in with our broccoli and shrimp and mix that all together. And guys, look how beautiful this is coming together, guys. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, you can actually leave your steaks on the side and eat this the way it is. But, you know, we're going to go ahead and add the steaks back in. And, you know, traditionally, I would like to chop these steaks before. But the reason you want to add the steaks last and the reason you want to cook the steaks first is because you want them to rest and you want them to soak in all that juice and flavor. So if you cut into them too quickly, they're going to lose all that juice and they can become dry and tough. We want them to stay tender. So we left them whole, but then we went ahead and chopped them up. And look at this, guys. Let me tell you something right now. You definitely want to try this at home. Easy beef and broccoli with shrimp and fried rice. Easy.